Our first speaker is coming all the way from a community where there were no libraries in the Limpopo province of the Republic of South Africa. She is an active member of the ANC Women's League. Mrs. Mogale is presently pursuing a PhD program in nursing at the University of Alberta. As a young girl, she was tagged as the girl who collects bubble gum wrappers. Through the information she gathered from the gum wrappers, she developed a passion for seeking knowledge, and that has been with her ever since. She has served in different hospitals and clinics in various capacities as a nurse in South Africa from the early 1980s till 2006. She is the co-founder of the Legal Family Support, an NGO in South Africa which seeks to help victims of violence abuses. Tonight, she is here to speak to us on the topic, learning from Africans. Please permit me to invite Mrs. Big Name I cannot pronounce, Mogale.
Thank you, yeah. My name is not as big as yours. My name is Ramadi Meji. And that is my initiation name. My baby name is Rico Kejich. So they are so long, all of them. So thank you so much for this opportunity. Fellow Africans, distinguished guests, and the host of this occasion, I'm very privileged to be part of you, to come here and learn from Africa. I decided to title my topic that way for various reasons. You have heard that from the province where I come from, there are no libraries. Even at this juncture in a new democratic South Africa, the province where I grew up, there is no library. I live in a peri-urban area, there is no library. So when me and Ya talk about the learning center, I knew exactly what they are meaning. What I want to tell you is the first thing which my daughter wanted to engage in the minute she arrived in Edmonton 3 years ago was the way to Edmonton Public Library. While she was around 10 years old, she asked me to engage to establish a community mobile library in my province. So from the bottom of my heart, I wish this project to be a success. Program Director, Oria, I told you why I wanted to talk about learning from Africa as opposed to learning about Africa. There is a great difference according to me. If you want to learn from me, you have to be humble, sit down, and listen to what I'll be saying, because in that era, I'm the knower. But if you want to learn about me, you will be interrogating me, and sometimes invasive. So hence I say, my topic is learning from Africa. And then, if you are a supplicant learner, you will sit down and listen to the reservoir of that knowledge. If you are inviting the West to come to near us, to come to know Africa, then they have to be the children, because for us to be where we are today, we sweat blood to know their language. We sweat blood to know from them. We didn't know about them. We knew. We sweat and sweat, so that now today, English is my 5th language. It's not 3rd. For me, it's 5th language. But I sweat in order to know what the West is saying. And here I am today. Ladies and gentlemen, our learning process in Africa opposes a singular ideology that promotes a culture of personal accumulation and glorification. As Africans, when we learn for the whole community, as it takes a village to bring up a child. And this is a command by the spirit of Ubuntu. Ubuntu begs us to be our brothers and sisters' keepers, because we are here because of them. They are back home because of us. That is what is important in our learning process. Hence, our ways of knowing and doing are the victories of the jewels of our African crown. The victories which we earn from Isindwana to Khartoum, as Ethiopians, as Ashantis of Ghana, and as Maasai of both Tanzania and Kenya, and as the Berbers of Sahara Desert. This is our genesis. This is the genesis of our African knowledge. And then I would like to tell you that the tendencies of learning processes and knowledge development in Africa are based on etiquette, reciprocity, engagement, reflection and reflective practices, dialoguing and conversation, and all other collaborative terms which I don't have name for because my vocabulary is minimal. These are the principles of the people who were never silenced by oppression, and these are our African heroes and heroines. Chair, let me make this clear. For us to be here today, I reiterate, we have humbled ourselves and sweat blood by learning from the West. Through our resiliences, we are now able to live the dual life of Africa and the West. For our fellow African back home, we are perceived as coconuts because we are only distinguished by the tint of our color as Africans. And basically, even outside the borders of Africa, we are authentically African. Today, through our coconut status, we can sit back and critically assess and validate the assumptions we have about the West. And we invite them to sit back by learning from us what we have in order to validate the assumptions they have on us. The main intent of our history is based on transformative learning processes as opposed to the complete metamorphosis, because African people cherish diversity than universality. If the West really wants to come nearer to us, to share our lives and wealth, then they should do that equally. I bolded equally. Then we can have fusion of horizons, where the two worldviews will meet equally, but differently. And then we'll be totally committed to renew the educational scholarships and practices. This will create what is resounded by MNE as an ethical space, where our cultural contours and the boundaries will be respected. I would like to paraphrase MNE again. We can walk through the two worlds together, but it needs transparency and accountability. For my fellow Africans, whatever the setbacks of the moment, nothing can stop us now. Whatever the difficulties, how improbable it may sound to the skeptics, Africa will prosper because history is on our side. We are born from a nation that bears proud dignity of stripes on the body of the lashes of slave masters. And these are the reminders imprinted on our consciousness. For the founder and the stakeholders of this project, I would like to say, please do not give up. When fatigue sets in, the road ahead of you is still long, and the inclines are too steep and impossible to bear. But convince yourself that you will complete the course. Indeed, you will complete. Thank you so much.